harmonies now.
There was some funny stuff going on back in 1986. Who was that weirdo in the front? Of course, that was the lovely, clean-living boy next door, Cliff Richard, hanging out with a scruffy crew of wild student types.
Well, Living Dolls spent 6 weeks at #1 in Australia. Why? Well, it wasn't just because of Cliff. It was other guys, stars of an English TV series that had taken Australia by storm, The Young Ones.
The young ones.
Struggling uni students living in grubby share houses knew exactly what the young ones were on about.
We never clean the toilet, Neil! That's what being a student is all about!
Their parents just hope it wasn't really like this.
Oh, guys, quickly! One of Vivian's socks has escaped.
The young ones was mad, manic, revolting and very, very rude.
Well, I've got a good mind to give you a bloody good punch on the bottom for what you just said!
Rick was the anarchist people's poet. Vivian gave medical students a bad name.
Vivian, you can't do acupuncture with 6-inch nails.
Mike was a mysterious, smooth-talking ladies' man. And hippie Neil
Surprise!
was a long-suffering long hair.
You all really hate me, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, we do, Neil. That is when we can remember who you are.
We've never really been able to look at hippies in quite the same way again.
Oh, heavy, heavy, heavy!
Well, please welcome on the satellite from London, the man behind the mung beans, Nigel Planer.
Nigel, the young ones was 20 years ago, and 20 years on...
20 years ago, yes.
People still see you as Neil. Is that a curse or a blessing?
Well, yes, I still get it in the street, people shouting insults at me. Neil, orange peel I get. That's the one I get most of the time.
There were so many classic moments on the young ones. Do you have a couple of favourites?
Well, I like the University Challenge episode. Where they're such failures and they're up against the Oxbridge, you know, the snotties and all of that. But I suppose one of my favourite scenes is, I love the little set pieces where the dialogue is sort of builds and builds, is the one when they're on the way to the University Challenge on the train, and Rick asks me to test him on his for his exams.
Well, for anyone that might not remember all of it, we've had a quick look.
Crop notation in the 14th century was considerably more widespread after... God, I know this. Don't tell me. After 1172. Well, was that?
No, but I didn't think it was important.
What was it then?
You just said not to tell you.
I did not! I bloody well did not!
You did. You said don't tell me just before you said 1172.
Yes, but I only meant for a minute.
What, a minute from now or a minute from then?
Look, just shut up and tell me the answer.
Shut up and tell you the answer.
Just tell me the answer!
Now, a lot of people may not know that a young Ben Elton was one of the brains behind the series. He co-wrote it with Rick. Could you see his genius coming out back then?
Yes, we sort of drafted in Ben. He was a year below Rick and Aid at Manchester University, and I remember in rehearsals one time we needed a rewrite on a scene, and he was so fast and churned it out in such quantities that we put him in the room to do the rewrite, and we thought we'll go around the side to check he hasn't got a team of writers writing for him. So we put someone outside the building to check the window that he wasn't just a front man for a whole team of comedy writers.
I was amazed that there's not a lot of episodes that were made of the young ones, a bit like probably Faulty Towers, you know, there wasn't a lot of episodes made of
it's
that.
only, and I don't know if you get the Office out there. There's only 12 episodes of The Office as well, and 12 episodes of Faulty Towers. Seems to be the fashion for the sort of cult comedy series to only do the 12 episodes, unlike in America where they do 26 a year for a decade. But I suppose it relied a lot on shock value and surprise. It was a big surprise, and that would undoubtedly have worn off after a while, and maybe it would have become a bit catchphrasey and predictable, you know. So it's probably best we stopped at 12.
Did you ever have a clash of egos with that many talented people involved?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it was all one big clash of egos, a very sort of Spinal Tap experience. And, yeah, it was a constant fight just to try and get your laughs in and make sure nobody else got your laughs.
Bit of tension, never hurt anyone, but it was quite a violent series as well. Did any of the stunts go wrong?
Well, yeah, lots of the stunts went wrong, and usually on me. The one I remember the most was difficult to explain to the osteopath the next day, was at the end of the University Challenge episode, there's a big 10-foot eclair falls on our heads, and the strap worked loose too early, and because I'm taller than the other guys, I took the full weight of a 10-foot eclair on my head, and it did my neck in, and I had to go to the osteopath, who said, well, how did you do this accident? I said, it was a 10-foot eclair fell on my head.
He would send you to
one. That's the one I remember.
Yeah, go and talk about it. Tell us what you're doing now.
I'm in a big Broadway musical that's just opened in London called Wicked. It's about the Wicked Witch of the West, and I'm actually the Wizard of Oz. I seem to have been doing, you know, the big musicals in London for the last few years. I've opened in quite a few of them.
Okay. Well, you've cut your hair, so
yeah, it was a wig. It was a wig. I can reveal that now after 20 years.
So we'll close our eyes. Give us a few Neil lines.
There was something about planting the seed, and then we grow the seed, and then we eat the seed, and then we plant the seed, and then we grow the seed, and then we eat the seed. But I think I've got the lines wrong there, but I remember it went on and on and on, planting the seed, and then growing the seed, and then eating the seed. And there was something else, but I'm sure I've got that wrong.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your hectic schedule. All the best for the rest of the season in the play as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Nigel Planer.
I can't get out of character now. I'm stuck there. Totally stuck. See, look what you've done now.